Welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Gerber Strata. This is going to be a multi-tool that Gerber made some years ago. And what I like about this multi-tool is that it has outside opening tools. It's a little bit smaller compared to some of Gerber's other multi-tools. And it's got some better cutters than I think even some of the Gerbers, like for instance the center drive, have today. So let's go ahead and start looking at this Gerber. Now, before we start, I do want to mention that this is not made anymore, but there is a multi-tool that looks very similar. So we'll get to that in a minute or two. But first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at the Gerber Strata. We'll notice this is a very used and abused multi-tool. So these jaws do not fit together perfectly at all. They're off center. And I'm not sure if that's something that was common or if this has just been that beat up. So otherwise, the pliers look pretty nice. It's a pretty nice multi-tool. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the outside features, the outside opening tools. We've got a combo blade here. You'll notice the serrated blade, it's sort of different. It seems like the serrations are a little bit different than some other ones. And it does need cleaned up. Unfortunately, I haven't got to that yet, but I did want to do a quick review of this multi-tool. And there is a lock. If you'll notice, you actually have to pull down on the lock. So I guess that's not that abnormal to pull down on it. But it is going to be in a different spot, or it's going to be slightly different than Gerber's other ones. With these, you pull like this, and with this, it's actually almost integrated part of the handle, which is sort of nice. I sort of like that actually. And then you'll notice that these, you can go ahead and pull these out, sort of similar to like the Leatherman Free Series. So then we have this combo tool, and this is going to be the can opener and the bottle opener in one. Now, from what I've read, I actually haven't tried this myself. This can opener is actually one of the worst can openers, and Gerber did redesign this for instance, the suspension NXT. Then we'll notice we have a larger flat driver. I'm not sure. It seems like this is a little weak down here, but anyway, it is what it is. So there's the flat driver, and then we've got a pair of scissors, and these are actually not too bad. So in my suspension NXT, I keep having this right here pop out, and I know people say you can bend that back. But anyway, that spring is not my favorite design. I've had a couple Gerbers do that where I use them for, I guess, stuff they weren't really designed for, and then the spring popped out, and it's just sort of annoying. I guess maybe it helps it not to break, but it is annoying. So it does cut, not extremely well, but it does cut, not bad for the size of the scissors included. Then on this side, we do have I believe we have the file. That's what it is. So we have the file and the saw on that side. All right, so the file is going to be a three-sided file. This one again is a little bit dirty. That's how it came. And it is going to be a little different. This is going to help grip to get the tool out. And then we are going to have the Phillips driver. Then we're going to have a smaller, like almost micro screwdriver. And then that's interesting. I think they might consider that a wire stripper, or a cutting tool, but that's a little interesting take on that as well. And then we have the saw as well. Saw. All right. And then we can pull on these, pull down on this tab rather, and release that. Okay. So overall, this is a pretty nice tool. I did want to just go ahead and show the cutters. So these do have a little issue getting through the plastic, but they do cut fairly well. Considering that Gerber, I feel like, does struggle with a lot of their cutters. So they do cut fairly well considering. All right, so let's go ahead and compare this against what, interestingly enough, so this is no longer made, but this is the Next Tool Sailor Pro. So let's go ahead and get out a lot of these tools here. We'll get out the scissors. Let's see here. So we've got this, and then on this side, we can get out the file. All right. Now, I don't think it's just me, but these look very similar. Just the size of the tool. And then one of the things you'll notice is the Sailor Pro is outside opening as well. And then notice this file right here. So compare those files. They look almost identical. So now they've redesigned the Phillips driver, which I think is actually nicer. I actually like that nicer. And then some of the other tools are going to be different. So they have an awl right here. I don't think, yeah, they don't have a combo tool, I don't think. But they do have the scissors as well. So there's just a lot of similarities. It's a similar tool set. It is going to be different again, but it is a similar tool set. So I thought that was unique take. This is going to be $30, so probably not that far off from what the Gerber Strata was. So I will try to leave a link for this, to be honest. Because this is new, the tools feel a lot better, and this is a really nice tool, really. So there's probably not that much difference between these two. I'm sure they were both made in China. So anyway, I'll leave the link for the next tool. And then also, if you do run across a Gerber Strata, it's actually not that bad a tool. I actually sort of like it. I do wish it had a pocket clip. Again, mine, the tools are really loose, but I think that's because mine is in pretty used condition. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.